Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great honor and privilege to get this young man. He's back with us every Thursday here in the month of April, and I'm excited about what he's going to bring today. Ladies and gentlemen, he hails from Southern California. He moved up north because his wife wanted a little bit more area for her horses, and he's got a pond and all the animals and stuff. And I love that because see, that's what ACN should be about. It should be about not only this yes year, but should be able to do the things, live where you want to live, be around the people you want to be around, and do the things that you want to do at your beck and call, not somebody else telling you when you can take time off. So without further ado, can we get one of my favorite speakers? Let's give a warm welcome to Regional Vice President, the one and only Mr. Dean Tarrolly.
Oh, hey, good morning, everybody. Hey, you guys, let me just start where I always start, and that's just some gratitude. Really grateful to be asked to be a part of this call. I know that, I always joke about this and kind of give Al a little bit of, love and grief about it. And the only reason I do that is because he's been having me on this call for, I think it's over 5 years. Every other month for a Thursday, for a half an hour, for over 5 years. And something I was telling him about is, when you're a part of a training group and you're the person who's trying to train and help some folks, you guys, that's a lot of calls and that's a lot of Zooms and that's a lot of information. I mean, I've covered a ton of stuff with you guys about this business and some things that I hope helps someone. Let me just tell you guys, Al Thomas being a senior vice president, I know a lot of you on this call, a bunch of you are on my team on this call, a bunch of you aren't on my team on this call. And I think it's just, it's representative of how Al treats people. I try to do the exact same thing, whether you're on our team or not. If there's a way for us to help, we want to help, right? If there's a way to impact somebody positively, we want to help. It's one of the reasons I talked to you guys about this Tahoe training. Like we don't make it just for our team. It's for whoever wants to take advantage of the leadership that's going to be there, right? So I'll bring the thing up at the end of the slide, but the moral to the story is I'm grateful, Mr. T. For those of you who don't know, and I have some newer people on my team here, there was a window of time where I was struggling as a regional vice president. And let me just explain what I mean by that. We all have levels and barriers and thresholds that we're working towards in life, in our work, in our family, in a business like ours. And I was coming up against a roadblock, and it was really difficult. And we were at an event in Vegas where Mr. Thomas had me as a guest speaker. And I talked to him about this for a second. He pulled me out of the training and we walked the hallway in the hotel for about 45 minutes, half an hour, something like that. And we were batting this thing around, man. And he didn't have to do that. Right. So Mr. T, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you remember the conversation. I remember the conversation and it impacted me. Right. And the reason is because he didn't need to do that, but he did. And Al, I'm grateful. I know the company's grateful. Thanks for the opportunity to share with everybody. And hopefully today will be helpful. So here we go. All right, you guys. So settle in. Here goes. So I've done so many of these trainings covering the basics, and then covering some more advanced, and then covering some personal development stuff, covering all these different areas that I think impact what it is that we do in our business and hopefully positively impact our lives. So this month, I kind of took a different route with all of you. So Sherry, and you get it. So here goes. The first week, what I talked about this month is how there's so many conflicting ideas that we have, maybe how ACN works, right? And I wanted to address these conflicts, these conflicting philosophies, conflicting ideas. To go a little bit high level with you guys, I'm going to bring it back down to earth here with this last time that we're together for this month. So the very first week I talked about in ACN, this idea of conflicting ideas. Well, in the first week, I talked about, you got to take your business personally, right? Like in other words, take some personal pride in your business. So you got to take that personally, but then we say, don't take it personally. Don't take it personally when someone doesn't show up. Don't take it personally if someone's not interested. Well, guy, those two things are conflicting ideas. Take my business personal, but don't take it personally based on people's results. Well, I covered that. You can take your progress and growth personally, but you cannot take the responses of other people personally. It has nothing to do with you. It has to do with who that person is at the time that we bring an opportunity or we talk to somebody about all the services that we have. So that covered week 1. Week 2, here's what I said. I said, there's a conflict between managing your business, managing your time, managing your efforts, and don't manage your business. That means don't manage people. Where as you start to work through this business and you're checking in with your people going, hey, did you do any meetings? Hey, did you talk to anybody? Hey, have you piqued anybody? The question is, what are you doing? Lead by example, the 3 most important words in ACN. And it's a good parenting example. It's a good, example of friendship, to lead by example, right? So there's this conflicting idea of managing, right? But don't manage people. So you got to manage your personal circumstances, right? But you can't manage your group. You want to lead your group by example. Now, if you're a leader, and some of you might be going, well, Dean, you ask me all the time, like when you call me, hey, is there anything that you can do? Is there any way I can help? How's it going with your leads? How's it going with your customers? The position that I'm in right now, I need to be able to do that with a whole bunch of people. But guess what? I'm also doing it myself. Started a new team up here in the Pacific Northwest. In fact, a few of them are actually on this call, right? So it's important for you guys to know that when we say manage and don't manage, what that relationship is. And then the third week, last week, here's what I said. I said, there's a conflict between having a short memory and remember what happened. So what do I mean by that? When I say you have to have a short memory, it's like a sports analogy, right? If you strike out at the plate, you better have a short memory because you're going to be up there again in 20 minutes, in 15 minutes. If you're a D-back, I used Greg Williams as an example last week. He played college ball. And if he gets burned by a receiver, I know, Greg, it didn't happen often, but if he gets burned by a receiver, he better have a short memory because he's going to be back out there defending that same guy in 10 minutes. But you've got to remember what happened so you have that skill set, so you have that muscle memory. So, oh man, I know what that guy's going to do when he shakes his hip like that. He's going to the right. That ain't happening this time. And I'm going to cut him off. I'm going to get that interception, take that Oski back to the house. Like, I already know. So you got to have a short memory, but you need to remember what happened. So here's what happens in ACN sometimes, you guys. People's memory dictates their activity. And if the thing that happens didn't go the way you wanted, you have to choose, is that going to stop you from moving forward, or is that going to propel you moving forward? Are you going to let the circumstances or someone dictate your direction, or are you going in your direction regardless of what happens and you simply work on your skill set? So that leads me to today, the conflicting idea, and then I have something to show you at the end that I think is really, 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 really good. So here goes. We say in ACN, man, there's a lot to learn. Do y'all agree? There's a lot to learn in ACN, yes or no? At the same time, you're going to hear me say, keep it simple. Wait a minute. So I got to learn the website, the back office, the reporting, the products, the services, the pricing, all that stuff. And then you say, keep it simple. How am I supposed to do that? Here's how you do it. You got to stay in your lane. You've got to respect your role. So let me be clear about what that means. When I say you've got to respect your role, what I mean is, no matter at what part you're at in your ACN journey or what part you're dealing with in your ACN journey, and they're two different things. Like, you could be at the beginning of ACN, like I have some new people on this Zoom, right? And then I have some people that have been around for a long time on this Zoom, and you got to know where you're at. So when we say, or when I say keep it simple, but you got to know a lot, understand when I say you got to know a lot, that's going to be a learn while you earn situation. That's going to be a partner up with the leader that's working with you. And we love it when a new person has ideas, or somebody who's maybe a little more experienced has ideas, but you got to lean on and rely on the experience of the leader that's done what you're doing, that's going where you want to go. So I'll give you an example. You're brand new, you're customer qualified, or you're an executive team leader. You guys, what's the next goal? You're executive team leader. Someone put in the chat, what's the next goal? Chat should be open. RC, thank you, Jackie Black. You're an executive team leader. Your next goal is regional coordinator. I wouldn't spend a whole lot of time thinking about RVP Platinum. I wouldn't do that. It's irrelevant at this point. What's relevant is getting you to the next position in the company. Why? Two reasons. You get paid more for your efforts, and you're creating a story that your team is going to relate to, right? But if someone's an executive team leader and you're talking about building 4 teams and 3,000 customer points and going RVP, that can feel overwhelming. I didn't say it's overwhelming, but it can feel overwhelming. You know what's not overwhelming? You're an executive team leader and you have 75 customer points between you and your team, and you're only 125 customer points from regional coordinator, where now every time a new person joins your team and that person gets qualified, you're making 100 to 150 bucks as a regional coordinator. Guess what? Your compensation plan just got impacted significantly because you were able to reconcile these conflicting ideas. So what do you really need to know? And you guys, here's the heart of what I want to share with you. And Al, this goes to one of the conversations that you and I had recently. What do you really need to know, regardless of position in our company? What do you really need to know? How to get a customer, how to pique someone's interest, and how to promote the next event. And I'm going to cover those 3 things. And I'm going to tie a bow on this thing, and you guys will be done with me for the month. You only need to know 3 things. So stop worrying about my schedule this, my time that, my so much going on. I understand. We all understand. You guys, there's a person on this call, I'm not going to call him out. He's going through so much right now, I can't even tell you. I can't even, nor would I. I can't even tell you. Just know there's kids involved. And I'm telling you this, right? For those of us who are parents, something's going on with your kid. Guess what? The world stops. It doesn't matter what's going on. He's on this call. So the thing I want to communicate to you guys is the thing that you might think is your Achilles heel, your time, your schedule, your circumstances. The more difficult they are, the more appealing it is as to why our business works. Because if you can do it with your circumstances, someone who doesn't have all your circumstances, they're going to be able to do it too. So, what does that look like? Number 1, we get a customer. When we're talking about getting a customer, you guys, I'm not asking anybody to become an ACN or services salesperson. You need to understand the philosophy of how we get a customer. The philosophy is very simple. The reason why we use the huge favor approach. Hey, family member. Hey, friend. Hey, Al. Hey, Sensational Sherion. Hey, Terry. Hey, Greg. Hey, Kush. Hey, Tammy. I need to ask you for a huge favor. Why do we do that? Because when we tell them what we're asking them for, and it's not money, it's not help me move, it's not a ride to the airport, it's not watch the kids, it's not borrow the car, it's not these big things that we associate with a huge favor. And when we say, I need a huge favor, here goes, and the thing you're asking them for is not the thing that they fear you're asking them for, they're relieved. That's it? Hey, hey, Rick, I need a huge favor, man. And then you share your reason why you're doing the business. So here's how I do it, right? Bob, Al, Tammy, Jeff. hey, I need a huge favor. And they say, sure, Dean, what do you need? Well, look, as you know, why is that so important? Because you know the person that you're talking to. As you know, I'm managing the nightclub at night. I'm working in the golf business during the day. I have no time for my family or my friends, and I found a way I can get some time back. I took a position with a company. I'm about to earn a promotion. I'm a customer away. I'm a couple customers away. Would you do me a huge favor? Could I show you my online store? It would mean the world to me. When someone knows that something holds meaning to you, they're going to listen if you have a relationship with them. The reason why so many people don't do this is they feel weird about asking for a favor. I don't I don't ask for favors. I give favors. What are you in the mafia? I mean, come on. Look, what's the difference between a friend and an acquaintance? Friends do favors for each other. Friends pick you up at the airport at an obnoxious time. Friends help you move that stupid couch that's been stuck in your den. Friends will help you out in a time of need. So that's all. And here's the thing, folks. I know many of you have done favor. Show of hands, who's done a favor for people? Are you allowed to ask for a favor back? Yes or no? You absolutely are. And by the way, you guys, here's a really important question philosophically for you to answer. Here goes. By the way, are y'all with me right now? Are you guys with me? Here goes. Super important question for you to have answered. Here goes. Listen up. Listen up. How do you feel when you do a favor for someone? How do you feel when you come through for someone? How do you feel when you are there for someone? How do you feel? Great, right? Give somebody else the opportunity to feel that way about you. And I'm going to tell you something. When you get a customer properly and you ask them for that favor, and because they became a customer, you move to a promotion in the company and you call your friend back, right? Hey, Tammy. Hey, Brian. Hey, Al. Hey, James. Hey, Douglas. Hey, Jeff. Hey, Cush. Hey, Greg. I just wanted to call and let you know because you became my customer, I earned my promotion. I am so freaking grateful. Dude, gal, girlfriend, if there is anything you need, do not hesitate. You totally came through for me, and I am super grateful. Guess what? They're probably going to be bringing you referrals. Why? A, because of your relationship, and two, because how you made them feel for doing that favor for you. That's not going to happen in some nameless, faceless store. So it's important to understand the huge favor approach when we get a customer. Let's go to part number 2, building a team. What's the key to building a team? It's one word. The key to building a team lies in one word, in my opinion. And that word is curiosity. You want to get people curious to meet the leader that you're working with. That's it. That's it. You guys, you get them curious, and guess what? You get them on a 3-way call or a 3-way text with the leader that you're working with. And if you guys do not know how to do a 3-way call or a 3-way text, please let me be the last person to introduce you to the 21st century. For the love of God, please figure out how to do a 3-way call or a 3-way text. Okay, it's pretty simple, right? And if someone's on my team and they really don't know how to do that, let me know. I'll walk you through it. But it's pretty simple stuff. Anyway, here's my point. When you get good at creating curiosity, you start to become a player in this. So let me tell you psychologically what the challenge is. What's the conflict? The conflict is when you're piquing someone's interest and you've created curiosity in the traditional business working world, that does not pay you. Let me say that again. Man, I hope you guys are getting this stuff. In the traditional business working world, that does not pay you. What pays you in the traditional business working world? You need to be able to satisfy curiosity. You need to be the answer gal or the answer guy. You need to be the gigawatt the download speed. You need to be that person. Like, in fact, one of the new team members on this call, he is associated and works with Google. He's a techie. I'm not a techie. He knows stuff that's like, it's incredible. But let me tell you something. In that world, it's a necessity. In our world, it's a deterrent. Here's why. You guys, when I say get them curious, in the traditional world, you get paid to satisfy curiosity. In our world, it doesn't work. Here's why. When you're piquing someone's interest to look at our business, to check out our opportunity, and they see you trying to answer all these questions that they have, here's what they might say. Hey man, sounds great, but I can't do what you do and answer all these questions. I don't have the time. How many of us have heard that? I don't have the time. I'm maxed out. I'm overloaded. I don't have the time. Well, guess what? Here's how you eliminate that issue. When you get them curious and you pique their interest, you get them on a three-way call or a three-way text with the leader that you're working with. And here's what you can say. Check this out, you guys. I'm going to give you an example. Let's say I'm talking to my friend James Clark. And James, I say to James, hey, James, listen, man, I know you're super busy. Why do I start with that? Why do I start with that? Because guess what everybody says? Everybody says, I am so busy. You have no idea how busy I am. So you say to your friend, hey, James, look, man, I know you're busy. But you look at other ways of making money, right? James, he's nodding his head. He's like, yeah, always. Listen, I need to introduce you to a gentleman. His name is Al Thomas. He's expanding something significant in your area. Well, what's it all about? Listen, man, I am not the person to explain it to you. I've got to get you on the phone with Al. If I try to explain it to you, it's going to take 4 hours. If he explains it to you, it's going to take 2 minutes. Which version do you want? Give me the 2-minute version. Done. Mr. Thomas, this is Dean. Hey, Mr. Thomas, I have my friend James. He's awesome. He's open for a three-way call at 12 noon. Can you do that? Yes, I can. Okay, great. I go back to James. James, at 12 noon, I'm calling you. You're going to see my number. I'm going to have a senior vice president ready to give you a quick 2-minute snapshot of what we're doing. That's it. Now, why does James like that idea? Because it's 2 minutes. I'm telling James it's 2 minutes. That's how to build this business. And once I get James on the phone with Al, what is my job? My job is to shut up and let Al do his business. Let Al get him to the next event. Let Al set up a Zoom call. By the way, show of hands, is this making sense so far? Is this like a national in 15 minutes? Okay, here's part number 3. Well, by the way, one other thing about building a team, always best if we can build group by group instead of one by one. Here's why. You put a group of people on a Zoom, better yet, you put a group of people in your living room. Guess what? If there's 10 people in the room and 7 say no, that means you got 3 business partners. What would we ask the other 7 to do? Be a customer. You got promoted in a night. Greg Williamson is on this call. He's a regional director. I've done home meetings for him. Roxanne Caroleo, she's a regional director. I've done home meetings for her in Texas. Whether they're in a room or on Zoom, build group by group instead of one by one. Let's play the law of large numbers. And part number 3 is you got to get people trained. We get customers, we build teams, and we promote events. What are the events? The events are training. Why is training so important? The team who has the best trained group wins. And you don't have to learn everything in one day. That's why we say, I've had people say, Dean, you know, you keep promoting these calls and they're kind of like the same thing. Like, why do you keep promoting them? Here's why, you guys. Please focus on this. Here you are getting started, and here's where you want to go. If the events and the trainings are the same between your start date and where you ultimately want to go, why do you need to be on? Why is it important to stay consistent? Because the events are the same. The message is the same. The business is the same. The comp plan is the same. Why do that? Because one thing changes. You change from event to event. You're getting better. You're getting more knowledgeable. You're understanding the comp plan better. And you can do this part-time. So when we say just stay consistent to the best of your ability, we know work happens. We know life happens. We know family and kids and priorities and and responsibilities happen, but we're saying stay as consistent as you can, because what you know a month from now will be significantly different than what you know right now. Why? Because you stayed consistent. That doesn't mean 7 hours a day. That means more like 5 to 7 hours a week of doing some consistent things. Anybody and everybody who's entrepreneurial can make that happen. Now, the next big event that we have, you guys know, is at the end of the summer. It's beginning of September in Orlando. So what do we do between now and then? You got to stay plugged into these events, whether it's a Zoom event of the different teams that are represented on this call, or as you guys said, or as I've told you, our Lake Tahoe event, which is coming up in 2 weeks' time. And I know a bunch of you are already registered for that Tahoe event. Let me just share this with you so you have it. So here we go. Stand by. I'm bringing this up. Give me 1 second. You guys can screenshot this. I'm going to put my email in. There's a couple spots left, and then that's it. It's a wrap. We're a sellout. So here goes. All right, you guys, do me a favor. Please screenshot this. It starts Wednesday, May 7th. We all arrive. Thursday, May 8th, we're training all day. Friday, May 9th, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., we're done. You're back in the car, planes, trains, automobiles, going back home. You guys, senior vice presidents, Jeff Weber, Efren Tejada, regional vice presidents who train on Al's call, Jocelyn Driscoll, Carrie Roeder, Miss Renata Krumer, platinum regional vice president, is bringing a team out from the East Coast. She's not on my team. It's something that she wants her team at. And then we have myself, Mike Basutti, who broke every record in the company, and ACN co-founder Tony Kupas is going to be speaking at the event. So you guys, you are going to be dangerous coming out of this event in your ACN business. So you have that there done. The flyer that I just showed about Tahoe, I'm just telling you guys this. Here's the deal, and it's amazing. It is 3 days, 2 nights, hotel registration, taxes, fees, surcharges, resort fees, training, booklets, everything, $400 for 2 people, including the resort. So that is everything A to Z, soup to nuts about the Tahoe event coming up on May 7th, 8th, and 9th. And here's the last thing I want to show you. And I think this is a perfect way, in my opinion, to end this whole conflicting ideas theme that I had for this month. But I really need you guys to focus on your screen. So if you're driving, please be careful. This is kind of like the sort of the ultimate ending to what it is that I trained on over the course of this month. And by the way, has this been helpful today so far? Okay, cool. Here goes. By the way, one side note about promoting an event. One side note as I wrap up. Promoting an event is not promoting a place. It's not promoting a thing. It's not even promoting a company. Promoting events is promoting the leaders that are going to be there. Promoting an event is promoting the leader that's going to be doing the Zoom call. Promoting an event is promoting the teams that are going to be plugging in. If you want to master promoting events, master promoting the leaders that are going to be speaking and are going to be attending the event. Watch what happens to your business. And if you need to know how to promote a leader and edifying a leader that you're working with, past, present, future. Something about their past, here's what they did. Something about their present, here's what they're doing. Something about their future, here's what they're building. And now you know how to promote and properly edify a leader. Now, here goes, you guys. So Mr. Clemens, again, I'll confirm and hope that you guys can see my screen. So you do not need any volume for this, but you guys do need to watch the screen. Here goes. Remember the idea that I gave you of conflicting ideas and how to resolve them to take your business from ETL to RC, RC to RD, RD, RVP, and so on. So here goes. Ego kills growth. Number 2, fear kills dreams. Number 3, laziness kills ambition. Number 4, doubt kills confidence. Number 5, anger kills wisdom. You guys want me to give them again? Okay, I got a bunch of yeses. Here goes. Here goes. Ego kills growth. Fear kills dreams. Laziness kills ambition. Doubt kills confidence. Anger kills wisdom. By the way, wouldn't it be great if our kids knew this stuff at an early age? Yes or no? Well, this is about to get crazy for you guys. Watch this. Jealousy kills peace. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know you guys got these written down. Okay, thanks, Sensational Sharian. Thank you, Mr. Thomas. Here goes, you guys. Watch this. Now read that back from right to left. Here goes. Now read it backwards. Here goes. Peace kills jealousy. Wisdom kills anger. Confidence kills doubt. Ambition kills laziness. Dreams kill fear. And growth kills ego. That's our business. A to Z, front to back. So there you go, you guys. That's what I got for you. Another month with you guys. I hope you got some good stuff from this month, and appreciate the opportunity to be with you guys. And Mr. Thomas, I'll turn it back over to you.